Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. Dear my students, grade 8, welcome again. We are going to study, inshallah, unit number 7 for the second term, grade 8. The title of our unit is Ideas and Thoughts. Ideas and Thoughts. Before we start our unit, here we have some questions. We are going to revise some grammar from the first term. We want to complete the following sentences. The first sentence that we have is, I didn't enjoy the movie, space here, I watched yesterday. Here we have 4 choices. We want to choose among them. The first choice is whose, B, who, C, which, D, where. If you come back here to this word, you are going to find the word movie. Here, if you look at this one, which word should we choose here? Whose, who, which, or where? Who can tell me this one? It's an easy question from the first term. If you remember, when we speak about position, when we speak about human, we use who. Non-human, we use which. Where for place. You have to look at the word before the space. Movie. All of us watch movies. That's right. So we are going to use what? Which. That's right. So, next one. I was helping my mother. We have a space. My aunt visited us. We have 4 choices as well here. The first one, when, B, while, C, as, and D, that. If you remember the first action here, it was the long action, and here we have another action came and cut it. What do we use before the short action? If you look at this one is past simple, and this one past continuous. Excellent. Some students say it correctly. We are going to use what here? When. So the sentence is going to become, I was helping my mother when my aunt visited us. Let's move to the next sentence. I can't remember the day we met. When, who, whose, or that. Which choice is the best here? Which one is correct? That's right. Some students, they are going to say here the word day. If you remember, I have told you to look at the word that before the space. Here we have day. So which word fits here? The best choice for them. Yes, that's right. So we are going to use what? When. So the sentence is going to become, I can't remember the day when we met. Let's move to the next one. I studied hard. Space here. I didn't get high marks. If you look at this sentence here, we have 2 opposite ideas. Yes, I studied hard. I didn't get high marks. Which choice from the 4 options fits correctly here? We have so, and we know so we use it. That's right, before the result. But, excellent. This one is for contrast when we have 2 opposite ideas. In order to, excellent, when we have, yes, that's right, result or something that is going to happen, and to join 2 sentences like we have 2 similar sentences. Let's go again here. I studied hard. I didn't get high marks. That's right. So we have 2 opposite ideas. So the choice is going to become, but I didn't get high marks. Okay. Now let's move to our unit here. But before we read, I'd like you to look at the icons and name the applications. Here on the right, we have 4 applications. All of us use these applications, or most of us use these applications. Okay, can we call them? Yeah, can we name them? Excellent. The first one, that's right, this one is WhatsApp. Good. The next one, yes, Instagram. Next point, Snapchat. And the last one is Facebook. Okay, so here we have 4 apps or 4 applications. Okay, what do they have in common? Think. Yes, I'd like you to think, what do they have in common? These 4 applications, yeah, what do they have in common? Excellent. Like all of them are social media. Social media. Okay, here we have named them and we have said that they are all social media. Okay, let's study our new vocabulary for this unit. The girl is addicted to coffee. When she doesn't drink coffee, she gets a headache and she feels super tired. So the word that we have is addicted to. So when someone is addicted to something, yes, he can't or she can't get rid, yes, of it. Addicted to. Like if you look at this picture, this man is addicted to coffee. Yes. How can this person overcome his addiction? Addiction. So the word is called what here? Addiction. When we call or say the word addiction, like it's hard or it is so hard to stop something, an inability to stop doing or using something. Addiction. Addiction. Let's move to the next word that we have. Drinking coffee is not necessarily a bad thing. Just don't drink a lot of it. Necessarily. When I say the word necessarily, it means therefore, like used in negatives to mean in every case, or therefore, necessarily. Necessarily comes from necessary. The next vocabulary that we have, some sports teach people to defend themselves. If you look at these 2 pictures, this man defends, yes, himself. Defends. Yes, like this one, yes, good. Defend. Defend. When I say the word defend, it's a verb. It means to protect someone or something against attack or criticism. To speak in favor of someone or something. So the word is called what? Defend. We have to defend ourselves when we, yes, yeah, when we are attacked. That's right. Defend. Defend. The next one. Students are always obsessed with exam results. Obsessed. Obsessed. Yes, when I say the word obsessed here, it means unable to stop thinking about something, too interested in or worried about something. Like when you do your exam, you are obsessed until you, yes, you receive your result. Obsessed. You are unable to stop thinking about it. You are too interested in it. You are worried about it. Obsessed. Next one. The twins look very much alike. If you look at these 2 girls, they are alike. People often confuse the girl with her twin. Confuse. If you look at them, can you tell me the difference between the 2 girls? Like it's hard to tell me the difference between them. So, yeah, that's right. So you are going to be confused. So like these, yes, here. So when I say confuse, to mistake somebody or something for somebody or something else. Okay? Confuse. It's a verb. Confuse. The next one that we have. There are many unrealistic characters in movies. Unrealistic. Unrealistic comes from the word, yes, unreal, the opposite of real. That's right. Imaginary. Excellent. I hear some students, they say imaginary. Like most of us watch these cartoons. Yes, they have unrealistic characters. Having a wrong idea of what is likely to happen or of what you can really do. not based on facts. Yes, unrealistic. Let's move to the next one. Nobody can deny that children like Disney characters so much. Yes, can you deny that? Yes, it means what? When we come to the word deny, it means to say that something is not true. Deny, deny. So when you say that something is not true, you deny. Can you deny that? That's right. Now let's revise our vocabulary together. The first one here we have is addiction. Addiction, it's a noun, addiction. Yes, who can tell me this one? Defend, it's a verb, defend. Obsessed, obsessed, it's an adjective, obsessed. Confuse, confuse, it's a verb. Unrealistic, unrealistic, it's an adjective. Try to say these words with me. Try to repeat after me. Unrealistic. Excellent. Deny. Deny. Necessarily, as we have said before, in every case, it's an adverb. Necessarily. Now let's move here. We are going to compare between social media and real life. So we are going to speak about social media versus real life. Social media, like the four applications that we have spoken about: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and so on. And here we have real life. Let's go to our book, page 57. Yes, I'd like you to go there. Page 57. Here, I'd like you to read this text. And after reading, I'd like you to read it fast. Try to skim it, read it fast. And I'd like to give it a title. Give this one a title. Yes. Can you read it? Yes. And after reading it, try to give it a title. He speaks about what? Let's read it together. Social media has become a huge part of everyday life. Some people see this constant use as an addiction to social media, but others defend it as a normal part of modern life and communication. The biggest problem is that using social media makes us less social in real life. We can become obsessed with checking notifications or messages. This can lead us to ignore the people around us. Often, people confuse social media with reality. Having lots of Facebook friends doesn't mean having a connection with those people in real life. And we forget that somebody's image online doesn't always reflect that person's real life. Lots of people only post positive things, so we believe their lives are perfect, and we spend a lot of time trying to live up to those unrealistic images. Nobody can deny that these problems exist. However, social media has opened up many new possibilities, especially to young people. It allows us to stay in touch with friends around the world, see their pictures, and hear about their adventures. Social media is also a great way to raise enormous amounts of money for charity. In my opinion, social media is not necessarily a bad thing, although using technology excessively is unhealthy. Using it in the right way is a huge benefit of living in modern times. So, what is the best title that we can, give to this text? Yes, some students they are going to say social media. Excellent. Other students may say what advantages and disadvantages of social media. Okay. As we have given it a title, so we speak about what here? Social media. Now let's move to the next page together, page 58. We have some questions here. What does the author think the greatest problem with social media is? Yes, the text that we have read fast together, I'd like you to go and find, yes, the greatest problem. Yes, the greatest problem. So you have to, like here, this one is scanning here. What does it mean scanning? You have to look at keywords like the word problem here and or greatest problem. This one is, yeah, that's right, it's a keyword here. So if you skim this one fast and go to scanning here, these problems, yeah. So here we have problem and here we have the biggest problem. So biggest synonym or the same meaning for greatest. So the biggest problem, yes, that's right here. This is the answer here. You have to like answer like this. So the greatest problem, it means the biggest problem. The next question, which paragraph argues for, not against, social media and which one is against, not for? So here I'd like you to find two paragraphs. The first one, yes, argues for social media, and the second one argues against social media. And how can you tell why you say this paragraph argues for and why the other one argues against? Okay, here, what does the writer think about social media? Yes, what's his opinion about social media? The last question, what conclusions do you draw after reading this text? What conclusions do you draw after reading this text? Let's go together here, and I have told you how to answer them. Okay, what does the author think the greatest problem with social media is? If you go back, you're going to find the biggest problem. So, the biggest problem is that using social media makes us less social in real life. Excellent. So, this is our answer. Let's move to the next here. Which paragraph argues for social media and which one is against? Here we have four paragraphs. I'd like you to tell me two of them. One argues for and one argues against. Like the first one here, this one is an introduction. Like, yes, it speaks about the general idea that we have. So we have the second and we have the third. The second one, he said the biggest problem. So this one argues for or argues against? Think of this one. The biggest problem. Let's go to the third one. Nobody can deny that these problems exist. However, social media has opened up new many possibilities. Yeah, who can tell me this one? It's an easy answer. That's right. So the second paragraph argues against social media. Why do we say this? Because he starts the second paragraph saying the biggest problem here. So this one argues against. But which one argues for? The third paragraph. Why? Because if you look here, however, social media has opened up many new possibilities. Excellent. That's right. What does the writer think about social media? He thinks, yeah, about the social media how? If you remember, he says, in my opinion, he has said this one. So, in his opinion, social media is not necessarily a bad thing, although using technology excessively is unhealthy. Using it in the right way is a huge benefit of living in modern times. That's right. So, this is our answer. What conclusions do you draw after reading this text? Like, what do you think about the text that we have read together? And after answering these questions, who can tell me this one? I'd like to think what conclusions. Like, is social media a good thing in our life? Is it a bad thing? Or can we use it excessively? Or should we use it in a right way? Try to think of this question. Here, social media has become a huge part of everyday life. We are going to read it together. Some people see this constant use as an addiction to social media, but others defend it as a normal part of modern life and communication. The biggest problem is that using social media makes us less social in real life. We can become obsessed with checking notifications or messages. This can lead us to ignore the people around us. Often, people confuse social media with reality. Having lots of Facebook friends doesn't mean having a connection with those people in real life. And we forget that somebody's image online doesn't always reflect that person's real life. Lots of people only post positive things, so we believe their lives are perfect, and we spend a lot of time trying to live up to those unrealistic images. Nobody can deny that these problems exist. However, social media has opened up many new possibilities, especially to young people. It allows us to stay in touch with friends around the world, see their pictures, and hear about their adventures. Social media is also a great way to raise enormous amounts of money for charity. In my opinion, social media is not necessarily a bad thing, although using technology excessively is unhealthy. Using it in the right way is a huge benefit of living in modern times. Here we have some questions after we have read the text together. What is the purpose of the text? Why does the writer, write this text? To show the bad effects of social media, to know the icons of social media, to warn people from using the social media, to show the great impact of the social media. Which choice here is the correct one? Excellent. The last one. So the purpose of the writer here to show the great impact of the social media.